Yeah, so this is the question bank that I was talking about, and this is a question that I am pointing out that's called as a calculated type. So if you look at it, so you have to fill up an answer, and the answer is dependent upon the variables that are being put here. Okay, so in this case, say for example, here the it says that the right answer is 78, and if I again refresh it, it will give a different right answer. And this depends upon uh, what this value is. Let's look at how the question is formulated. Okay, so if you see it, so I have defined a variable called as n1, and the answer, of course there can be multiple different answers, each with a different grading. So here I've given only one answer, so they can be multiple answers, and each with 100% or 50% or 25%, whichever weightage. And here this answer is now calculated using a formula, and so this can be a random number that varies between certain limits, and the answer will depend upon that random number now. Okay, so this is as far as the calculated question is concerned. You can even have a multiple choice version of this. Okay, so here you would see that there is a multiple choice version of it. Okay, so here you see that there are two variables here. One is this 7, one gives this 7, and another is for the no, this is not the variable. So this 7 cross 7, this 7 is a variable, and the answer that you have, the number of the different choices that you have, all of them are dependent on the random variable. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, so here I have defined a random variable a, that is only random variable that you have. Okay, and you see there are four choices. Okay, so one I have given as the round away, other is 0, third is 1. So this is, so if you enclose it within the curly brackets with an equal to sign, it will take those values. Okay, however, this is a second trick that is there. You'd see that all the answers that are dependent upon this variable are wrong. Okay, so this is a deliberately formulated question where I have given a variable, okay, but anything that is dependent on the variable is wrong. So the answer is 0 in this case. Okay, so I could have given random, I could have made this a fixed question, okay, where the correct answer depends upon the variable also, but you can make the correct answer not depend on the variable and sort of put a red herring. Okay, so this is the other type, the calculated multi-choice. Okay, and let's see this one. This is a formula type. Okay, let's see how it looks as. Okay, here too. So here let's see how this question would look. Okay, so here again you have to fill up an answer. Okay, and this answer depends upon the choices here. And in this case, the answer is actually a formula. Okay, so here I have two variables n, and I have said that the answer is a variable s1 with a tag, uh, and I say that this is 2 power n is the correct answer for part 1. And let me give you another set, okay, where you have another question. Uh, is it this one? Yeah. So you can even have formulate a question where there are multiple parts. So in this question, you have to find the four elements of this matrix. So it has four components in it, and the way it has been made is that all the four components are actually uh, dependent on a variable. Okay, so here actually there is only one variable. There is a variable A, capital A. There is a variable capital A here, and all those components are all the P11, P12, everything is dependent on this four capital variable A. So yeah, as I was saying, this has four parts in it as listed here, and each of those parts has a particular mark, and it is related to the variable A that is there in the question. Okay, and here when you go into this, the variable A can have particular values also. Okay, it's not completely chosen from a band of real numbers. I can specify which values are valid for it. So this type of question, I suppose, is called as, it's again a formulas question. Okay, and you can even have, I think you can even have multiple uh, variables in this case. Now let me see if we can find one question in which there are multiple variables. No, not this one. An all or nothing question. Yeah. So in this question, you would see that there are two variables. Each of them can have a different, can take any of those values. And again, the answer is dependent upon both of those variables. Okay. So I suppose with this you can get some idea of how the test can be formulated.